The cold came without mercy, sweeping across the land with a force that felt almost otherworldly. It arrived not as a gentle blanket, but as a relentless, unforgiving force that transformed the familiar into something harsh and unrecognizable. Streets once bustling with life fell silent beneath the weight of snow and ice. The storm's fury was unyielding, battering neighborhoods and cities alike, leaving no corner untouched by its icy grip. In an instant, daily life froze, literally. The air bit sharply, stinging exposed skin, and the storm became a siege, stretching from the Midwest to the South, sparing few in its path. Nature's power brought society to a grinding halt, forcing millions to adapt in real time. The hum of appliances faded as power failed, leaving families huddled in darkness, vulnerable and uncertain, searching for warmth and hope. Familiar comforts vanished. Homes became cold, unfamiliar places. The storm erased roads, isolated communities, and forced people to confront the elements head-on, testing their resilience and resourcefulness. This was more than a weather event. It was a shared national ordeal, testing endurance and spirit. The struggle for survival began at home, pushing everyone to their limits and reminding us all of nature's overwhelming power. The scale was staggering. Over 200 million people, 2/3 of the nation, under severe cold alerts. It was a crisis that stretched from coast to coast, affecting nearly every community, large and small, urban and rural alike. The sheer number of people at risk was almost unimaginable, and the warnings came with a sense of urgency rarely seen before. These weren't just warnings. They were life or death directives. Authorities urged everyone to take them seriously, emphasizing that ignoring the alerts could have dire consequences for families and entire neighborhoods. From Canada to the Gulf, Arctic air gripped the country, painting the map in ominous blues and purples. The cold was relentless, sweeping across the continent and leaving no region untouched by its icy reach. Emergency planners faced a logistical nightmare, coordinating across dozens of states with unique challenges. Every region had its own vulnerabilities. Some struggled with power grids, others with transportation or emergency shelter. For ordinary people, daily life stopped, schools closed, businesses shuttered, and routines upended. The familiar rhythms of work, school, and community vanished almost overnight. Highways vanished under snow and ice, making travel impossible and leaving thousands stranded or isolated in their homes. The nation was told to shelter in place, creating a collective sense of confinement and anxiety. People watched the storm rage outside, uncertain when it would end or what damage it might bring. Every sound became a source of worry as people waited for the storm to pass. The howling wind and rattling windows were constant reminders of the danger lurking just beyond their walls. The psychological toll was immense, millions living under constant threat, resilience tested day after day. Families huddled together, trying to stay warm and calm, while uncertainty gnawed at everyone. The alerts were more than information. They were a heavy, invisible burden. Each new notification brought a fresh wave of anxiety as people wondered what would come next. The country held its breath, united by fear and uncertainty, waiting for a sign that the worst had finally passed. The snowfall was historic, over 20 inches in some states, shattering records that had stood for decades. Meteorologists watched in awe as the storm system stalled, dumping snow hour after hour with no sign of letting up. Neighborhoods were transformed overnight into unrecognizable, snow-buried landscapes. Familiar streets and landmarks vanished beneath a thick white blanket, leaving residents disoriented and in disbelief. This wasn't postcard snow. It was heavy, wet, and relentless, overwhelming everything in its path. The flakes fell so densely that visibility dropped to near zero, making even short walks treacherous. Roads disappeared, cars vanished, and emergency vehicles were trapped, unable to reach those in need. The city's infrastructure, usually so reliable, was brought to a standstill. Snowplow crews fought a losing battle, clearing roads only to see them buried again within hours. Their efforts, though heroic, seemed almost futile against the storm's relentless pace. The weight of the snow threatened roofs, causing collapses and turning homes into hazards. Families listened anxiously for the ominous creaks and groans above them. Residents risked injury trying to clear snow, their shelters now under siege from above. Each shovelful was a battle against exhaustion and the fear of what might happen next. Communities were cut off, neighbors isolated, and simple acts, like checking on the elderly, became major undertakings. The sense of isolation grew as the hours dragged on. The storm's beauty masked a deep sense of entrapment and fear. What looked peaceful from afar was, up close, a dangerous and suffocating force. The world outside became a prison of white, erasing security and connection. People stared out their windows, wondering when, or if, life would return to normal. The storm didn't just bury streets, it buried people's sense of safety. Anxiety and uncertainty settled in, as families huddled together, hoping for relief. Survival became a solitary, exhausting challenge. Each step forward was a test of endurance, as the world waited for the storm to finally pass. Tennessee became the epicenter, battered by snow, ice, and deadly cold. The state's infrastructure buckled, over 200,000 lost power at the storm's peak. Homes turned into freezing traps, families desperate to stay warm without heat or light. Nights were long and terrifying, the silence broken only by the wind and chattering teeth. Power outages crippled emergency response. Hospitals ran on backup, resources stretched thin. The blackout exposed the fragility of modern life and the unique vulnerability of southern states, unprepared for such extremes. With few snowplows and little preparation for sub-zero temperatures, Tennessee's ordeal was a harsh wake-up call. The dark, cold hours will not soon be forgotten. Behind the statistics lies the storm's true cost: human lives lost. Across the country, people succumbed to the cold, traffic accidents, and the storm's many hazards. Victims came from all walks of life: elderly trapped in freezing homes, motorists on icy roads, pedestrians on hidden ice. Each loss is a personal tragedy, a reminder of the storm's indiscriminate danger. Grieving was made harder by impassable roads and the need to shelter in place. Emergency responders faced the grim task of recovery amid chaos. The storm robbed many of the chance to mourn together, compounding the pain. The death toll may rise as isolated areas are reached. Each life lost is a solemn reminder of our vulnerability and the need for preparedness. Amid the chaos, unseen heroes emerged: first responders, utility workers, snowplow drivers, and volunteers. While most sheltered indoors, they braved the elements to restore power, clear roads, and save lives. Utility crews worked grueling shifts, battling wind and ice to bring back heat and light. EMTs navigated treacherous roads, delivering critical care to the most vulnerable. Snowplow drivers worked tirelessly, opening paths for emergency vehicles and supplies. Their efforts, often unrecognized, were the backbone of recovery. These frontline workers embodied courage and dedication, a beacon of hope in the storm. Their service reminds us of the best in humanity during crisis. Even as the storm raged, the warmth of human kindness shone through. Neighbors helped neighbors, strangers offered support, and communities rallied together. People cleared driveways, delivered supplies, and checked on the vulnerable. Social media became a lifeline, connecting those in need with those who could help. Churches and community centers opened as warming shelters, offering refuge and comfort. Volunteers served meals, provided blankets, and created hubs of hope. These acts of compassion built a powerful network of support beyond what government could provide. The storm revealed the deep well of solidarity within our communities. In the coldest moments, humanity's warmth was undeniable. As recovery began, a new threat emerged. Another major winter storm loomed on the horizon. Forecasters warned of a second system, potentially catastrophic for already battered regions. Resources were stretched thin, snow removal crews exhausted, and supplies running low. The power grid, still fragile, faced renewed risk of widespread outages. The prospect of back-to-back storms brought fresh anxiety and forced urgent preparations. Residents scrambled to restock supplies and make tough decisions about sheltering or evacuating. The looming storm cast a shadow over recovery, reminding everyone that winter's grip was far from over. The nation braced itself, hoping for the best, but preparing for the worst. Once again, the country held its breath. Despite the threat, the nation responded with resilience and determination. Lessons from the first storm fueled proactive preparation. Communities weren't just digging out, they were gearing up. Governments mobilized snowplows, salt trucks, and utility crews, staging resources for rapid response. Emergency shelters were readied, communication plans reinforced. Individuals stocked up on essentials, checked on neighbors, and organized support networks. Grassroots efforts became as vital as official responses, strengthening community bonds. The spirit of solidarity, forged in crisis, became a key defense. While the threat was daunting, there was cautious optimism. Preparedness and unity offered hope. The first storm brought devastation, but also revealed our capacity to endure and help one another. Winter's not over, but neither is our resolve.